Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the moss stitch headband that we'll be making today. It is super easy. You're just going to repeat the same row over and over again. It is very customizable. You can use 2 colors, you can use more than 2 colors, you can use 1 color. You can make it as thick or as thin as you would like. Let's get into it. We're going to start with our color A, so go ahead and grab that and make a slip knot, and then pop that on your hook, and we're going to begin by making any even number. We want this chain to fit around our head without stretching it too much, but you don't want it to be a perfect fit either, otherwise your headband is going to be a little loose. If not at the beginning, then it's going to stretch out quickly and be too loose for you. So measure it around your head with a little stretch, but not too much. So I ended up doing 84 chains, and when I measure it stretched out, it is about 20 inches long. And so the next step is we're going to be doing our first row of moss stitch, and to start that off, we need to chain an extra 4. So go ahead and do that. 3, 4, and now we're going to single crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and we're going to do all of our single crochets in the back bumps. Turn it around, insert my hook into the back bump, and make my first single crochet. And now I'm going to chain 1 and skip the next chain and make a single crochet into the one after that. And I'm going to repeat this all the way across. I'm going to chain 1, skip 1 down here, and single crochet into the next. And so just keep doing that, and you will be ending with a single crochet in your final stitch. And that is our first row done. And so now we're going to chain 1 so we can fasten off. Pull it nice and tight. And that is the end of row 1. And for row 2, we're going to start by flipping our work around. So go ahead and make a slip stitch with your color B and pop that on your hook. And then we're going to go into the very last stitch that we had made. So we can see that's our chain 1 space. Pop it under both loops of the last stitch we made. And we're going to attach this yarn with a slip stitch. So pull up a loop and go through the loop on your hook. Just an easy little slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 2, and that counts as our single crochet and as a little chain 1 gap. And we're going to make a single crochet in this very first chain 1 space. So go ahead and go into the very first and make a single crochet. And then we're going to chain 1 and make a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet in the next space, and we're just going to do that all the way across the row. And when we get to the end, our final single crochet is going to be in this big chain space that we made at the very beginning when we added our extra 4. And so just keep going, and I will meet you at the end of the row. And that is the end of row 2, so we're going to go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off. The only downside of this project is so super easy, but it's a bit of weaving that we have to do at the end. And so we're just going to repeat that row over and over again until we're happy with the size that we have. Now we're just going to grab color A again and just repeat that. We're going to make a slip knot, pop it on our hook. We're going to attach it in the last stitch that we made with a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 2 and single crochet in the first chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet in the next space. And then I just wanted to show you an easy mistake to make. It's super easy to insert your hook at a bit of an angle and go in between the single crochet instead of the chain 1 space. So that's just something to be aware of and make sure that you're not doing, because it will break up the lines that the headband makes. if this green accidentally cut in between this, it would ruin the effect. So make sure that you're aware of that and try to do a little check every once in a while, because it really is so easy to do. I just did it again on accident. So instead of going in at a super angle, maybe just try to go very straight from the front to the back. Like I said, you're just going to keep repeating this row over and over again until you're happy with the width of your headband. My headband that I made was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. You're going to end on your color A, and so it is going to be an odd number of rows, but just keep going until you're happy with it. So just keep repeating that row over and over again, and I will meet you to talk about weaving in our ends, and I will show you how to attach the sides, and then your headband's going to be finished. Time to weave in our ends. I've done one side already, and as you can see, you can still see the end, and so before you start weaving in, go ahead and pick the side that you want to be the outside and the inside, and we'll weave all of our ends on the inside. We're just going to do it super duper simply and easily. I'll start with my dark pink. I'm just going to go in through a side loop, and then I'm going to go under the 2 loops of the single crochets. And just go through however many you need to, 5 or 6 of them. And pull it through. And you're just going to do that for every single row. Just go under both loops of the single crochets. And so continue doing that until you're all finished on each side, and then I'll come back and we will slip stitch them together and finish it off. Time to slip stitch the sides together. And so this is the side where I weaved in my ends, and I'm going to flip it. So I'm looking at the right side and then fold the ends together. So now I'm looking at the bits that I've weaved in again. And then go ahead and grab your color A, make a slip knot, and pop that on your hook. And now we're just going to match up the ends. It makes it really nice and easy, so it's just color A, color B, color A, color B. And then just go ahead, and since we're working on the sides, it's not going to be clear where exactly to insert your hook, so just pop it through and it'll work. Even if you're going over a whole stitch, it really doesn't matter. Just pop it through wherever you can make it fit on each side of your headband, the front and the back. And then yarn over, pull that through both sides and make a slip stitch. And then we're going to do it again for color B. Just pop it through, make a slip stitch. Now we're on color A again, pop it through. So super duper easy. I made 13 rows this time, and so I'm going to end up with 13 slip stitches. So just keep continuing to slip stitch the sides together, making sure that you are matching each row. And my last one, and I'm going to finish it off by chaining 1 and tying off. And now we just need to weave in those 2 ends and we're all done. And so the way that I like to do it, on this side you can see these little bars from the back of the slip stitches. I'll weave one end in on this side by just going through those little bars. Just going back and forth to the left and then to the right. Super easy. Nothing special, nothing fancy, nothing hard. And just pull it through. And then on the other side we have our slip stitches, and I'm going to do basically the same thing. Just going to go weaving through to the right and to the left, just through the top loop of each slip stitch. And you don't have to go through the whole row unless you made your tail on the longer side. And then we'll just pull this through and then flip it. And there's our headband. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please leave a comment if you have any questions or comments, and let me know if you have any future video requests. I'd love to make some tutorials that you guys actually want to see. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!